Well, let me take you through my journey so you kind of get a holistic proof of it. So, like as I mentioned to you, I played college basketball at Georgia State University from 91 to 96, telling you my age. We were around the same age. And then I'm going to raise my hand. I wasn't good enough to go play professionally, so I'm going to admit that.
Okay.
But academically, I'm proud of being an all academic 3 of my last 4 years at Georgia State University, but also being voted team captain in junior and senior year. And then taking advantage of graduating in 4 years and taking advantage of a year of them paying my master's degree. And so for me, I'm going to take you through the journey from the Georgia State playing days into the opportunity where I got into coaching. So I got into coaching in 1999 with the Charles Lefty Drizel, one of the most legendary coaches. They hired him at Georgia State. He said, I want to bring you back home. I was actually doing an internship with the NFL Players Association because I thought I wanted to be a sports agent at that time. And so when the program finished, they didn't have a job. And I just happened to call in the Georgia State office, and they said, hey, your name is circulating like wildfire around here. I'm like, what are you talking about? They said, Lefty Drizel wants you to call him. So Lefty Drizel offered me a job on the spot and said, hey, when you finish your intern, come back. We're going to get you into coaching. So that was my journey into coaching. So I left Georgia State with the Chicago State, coached a little semi-pro in the World Basketball Association. We won a league championship with that. Ended up becoming the head coach at your rival, Fort Valley State University.
I know exactly where it is.
I was the head coach at Fort Valley State University. And you know that Albany State and that Fort Valley rivalry.
Yeah.
That question was in my interview when I got a job. We don't care if you don't beat nobody else. Beat Albany State. So yeah. I know that. So that was kind of my coaching journey. My first time getting hired as 30 plus, I think I was 30 to 31 when they hired me and gave me an opportunity to be a Division II head coach at Fort Valley State University. I opened that new arena. So truly thankful. So that's one journey there. Then I had opportunity to go back to Division I at Mercer University, 07, 08. And then amazing opportunity presented itself after we won the 2008 Olympic gold, had a chance to go coach a professional team in China. So I went to coach a professional team in China. And I said, I wanted to have that international. What would it feel like? So coming from Tifton, Georgia, had a chance to coach a professional team in China. Left there. Then one of my guys got the Tennessee State University job. Said, hey, I want to bring you back home with me. So I left China and joined Tennessee State staff as associate head coach. I did that for a few years, and my buddy took the job at Miami, Ohio. I became the head coach at Tennessee State University. So I was head coach at TSU, Tennessee State. And so had a few successful years, decided to go in a different direction. So I started a consulting company. on August 1st, 2016, because as you and I know, the NCAA changed a number of rules, regulation, academic requirements, and all the things of that nature. And who did it affect?
Us.
It affected our children, our families that are not educated in that whole academic. You got the APRs, you got the academic progress. We got some HBCUs, a limited resource that would affect us. So I knew God said, hey, if you ever get out of coaching, this is what you want. We need to pour into our folks, pour into our family. I had so many countless stories where parents, when I was a head coach, would come in my office and say, hey, coach, my son wants to play for you. And I used to ask them a question. Has he taken the SAT? No. Has he registered with the NCAA clearinghouse? No. All these questions about academic, their requirement. Did you notice I didn't ask anything about their athletic ability? And I'm saying, why not? They didn't know. A lot of the counselors didn't know. So they didn't know all the different. So God places, we got to educate our folks in that. You know what I'm saying? And so I ended up moving back to Atlanta in 2016